England 2, Malta 0. And there's some smiles on the faces. Harry Kane gets a goal. But it was shocking. It was like watching paint dry. In fact, that's an insult to watching paint dry. It was one of the most flaccid, limp, impotent performances of football I have ever witnessed. And Man United have been crap for a decade. This was awful. Now, you'll say dead rubber. What does it matter, Terry? We've qualified. Why the negativity? Because I want my nation to win a major trophy. I think we have one of the best squads in the world. I think we have some of the best young, not even young, just young right through to experienced talent that England has produced in many, many a year. And I want to see it deliver. I want to see it flourish. I want to see England excite, win, deliver, and fulfill its potential. The amount of money we invest into this as a nation, the amount of resources we have, we should always be doing better. And I just look at Gareth Southgate and I look at how we play football, what we're instructed to do. And we just, a game like tonight, when we go out of the Euros, whether it be the group stages, quarterfinal, semi-final, or lose again in the final, games like tonight for me are the epitome of why that's going to happen. It's the precursor, the foreshadowing of what's coming. It was a game where, first of all, the lineup was absolutely horrendous for so many reasons. The first being, why on God's green earth? Why on God's green earth have you started Jordan Henderson? This man has no future at England. He is no longer playing anywhere near, he's probably not even playing in the top 25 leagues in the world in terms of overall quality. Why is he even in the squad? Why is he playing in itself, for me, is an absolute abomination. You then look at the situation. You start Henderson in the middle. You put Foden out wide on the right, probably the weakest of all the positions that Foden can play. You're not really getting a good look at him. And you're starting Rashford, who has been horrendous and should not even be in the squad. I understand keeping Club England together and picking a lot of familiar faces, but Rashford shouldn't even be there. Foden being played wildly out of position, and it doesn't work. And for Jordan Henderson to be in the middle, by the way, with Gallagher, I know he's been okay for Chelsea, but still, you put Alexander-Arnold in the middle, who we know has got a great pass, but you need to have a solid base of midfielders around him so that he can just go off and be the number 10 that he was meant to be today. But he couldn't do it because Henderson's legs are gone. And Gallagher, I just don't think he's ready for this level. Defensively, starting Tomori at left back, why don't you just give him a game at centre back? And you don't need to play Maguire. You know what he can do. You know what he can deliver. England were marginally better second half when Walker came on. There was a bit more balance to the team. Saka looked dangerous and was obviously heavily influential in the second goal of the game. First goal, a weird deflection 8 minutes into the game. Saka, Kane, Walker, all involved with that opening goal. Very, very good goal. Sorry, the second goal, very, very good goal. I'm taking nothing away from England from that point of view. But you know how bad the balance was today? That up until about the 60th minute, Harry Kane had 12 to 13 touches in the first half. And in the second half, in the first 20 minutes of the second half, he touched the ball 3 times. It was horrendous. Once Rice came on, we looked better. Palmer came on for his debut, looked okay. But this is an England team. I'm just looking still at this bench now, just in bewilderment. When you sit there and think to yourself, well, Watkins is on the bench. Why not give him an opportunity to see what he can do at international level? Grealish on the bench didn't come on at all. Foden is Bowen is a right winger and could have played in this game. So you had an opportunity tonight in a somewhat dead rubber to experiment with some of the more attacking, more exciting players. But at the very least, you should be playing people in the natural positions. But you're flogging a dead horse when it comes to Gallagher. Rashford shouldn't be in the team. And overall, the balance was wrong. Now, I'll go back to what I said a few minutes ago. People will say, Terry, it doesn't matter. This is when you experiment, blah, blah, blah. No. I get that. But you experiment with the new and exciting players. Not with, why don't we see if Henderson can hold a midfield for the first time in his life when he's nearly retired? It's frustrating. And then you've got the speed of play. And yes, I'm not going to deny there's been many a game in the 90 that have been managed by Southgate, where we've moved the ball quickly and we've had some good games and some very good performances and some brilliant wins. I'm not denying that. But too many matches are like we've just witnessed. And in the end, when push comes to shove, this will be what we do in a major game that is pivotal at a tournament, and we will lose. And my biggest fear surrounding England is that we get to the end of this next golden generation of talent and they foul like the previous ones. Why did the previous group foul? There wasn't a great togetherness with England, but it was always the manager. The managers always got it wrong, whether it was Glenn Hoddle not picking Gaza and then saying mad stuff in the press, whether it was Keegan, whether it was Senghor and Eriksson and Capello continuously making mistakes, playing, trying to get Gerrard and Lampard to work, McLaren then dropping Beckham when he was still in his pomp. So many different problems and scenarios created by the managers in my lifetime, and seeing it potentially happen again now with Southgate is annoying. This team has got to World Cup semi-finals, Euro finals, quarter-finals. Been 3 decent tournaments on the bounce, but the common denominator in why we didn't get to the final of the World Cup in 2018, why we didn't win the Euros in 2020/2021, why we didn't win or go further in the World Cup. Like, remember last year when Rashford was at the form of his life at the World Cup? And he got 3 minutes against France when we needed a goal. But you brought Sterling on, who'd been awful for a long time and had just been back in England. You remember when we played in many games, the ball just ain't moving quick enough, it isn't moving fast enough. And we know what these players are capable of. We see them all at club level every week. Listen, I've got respect for what Southgate has done for England, and he has improved this. I think he definitely steadied the ship, but it is time. And I know that we're in the build-up to another tournament. You don't want to rock the apple cart, but we should be looking to bring the best manager possible in. And in my personal opinion, this guy is not it. What I do want to say though tonight, an absolutely beautiful, beautiful tribute by the FA to the late, great, the legend, the greatest English football player of all time in Sir Bobby Charlton. And I'll add to that by saying one of the greatest footballers of all time. Saw a few youngsters that I follow today quote tweeting some of the clips that the FA have put out. I didn't realize he could dribble and move the way he did. And Sir Bobby Charlton, it was deceptive because when you look at him, you see the bald head, the comb over, and hair like that in 2023 isn't associated with people that are athletic and skillful and amazing at football. But this man wasn't just a good passer, wasn't just a goal scorer of every type of goal imaginable, one of the highest goal scoring midfielders of all time. This was a silky, skillful, precise baller that could dribble. He could use his left and his right foot equally as good as the other, and played a multitude of positions and delivered for club and country for the whole of his career. And it was a beautiful tribute tonight, the way they did it for Sir Bobby. And, it's probably the last one we will now see. United having done theirs, England having done theirs, and a lot of clubs around the country also paying homage to, as I say, one of the greatest footballers of all time, and certainly England's most talented, most gifted, and most accomplished, all rolled into one. To do what he's done at club and country for as long as he did, with the goals, the outputs, the consistency, the longevity. This man ticks every box of the holy quad. He absolutely does. So sleep well, Bobby Charlton. You absolute legend, and well done to the FA and everybody involved today at Wembley for an amazing night for him. Until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I will see you all again soon. Peace.